Hey guys and gals, Todd Falcone here. Happy whatever day it is. Welcome to another blog post sitting here in my office as usual. And today I wanted to talk about the ever so difficult question that most network marketers can't respond to very effectively, and that is what you do for a living. You know, if you're an accountant and somebody says, well, what do you do for a living? I'm an accountant. If you're a doctor and somebody says, well, what do you do for a living? I'm a doctor. I'm a sales rep. I'm a truck driver. I'm a whatever. And the thing that you need to start thinking about is when someone asks you that question is, first of all, stay away from the cheese. Don't be cheesy. I mean, stay away from the cheesy, I create multi-millionaires for a living. That's, if you do, then great. But if you haven't, then might not want to respond that way. So the best way I'm going to give you a couple of suggestions on how to respond to the question when somebody says, well, what do you do for a living? So you don't end up going, you don't want to be there, okay? So typically, what you want to do is you want to answer the question where the end result is going to get the person to say to themselves or maybe out loud, really? How do you do that? I want to know how to do that. So, in other words, you're going to be responding with some kind of benefit-oriented statement. Like if I was an accountant, I probably wouldn't respond I'm not an accountant, but if I was an accountant, instead of saying I'm an accountant, I would probably respond with something like, I help people save tens of thousands of dollars a year on taxes, something like that. And I just brought that, just brought that one up. I don't know. I don't know what my response would be. It'd be something where the person would be really, well, how do you do that? So a couple of suggestions. Number one, don't just answer, well, I do network marketing. I sell vitamins. I sell legal services. I sell long distance. You want to respond in such a way that the person is going to want to know more about whatever it is that you're involved in. That's the key. Now, my suggestion to you is there's probably somebody upline to you in your network marketing or direct sales business that has more experience, that's been in the game for a longer period of time, that's made a lot more money probably than you have thus far. And I would go to them and start asking questions of them and say, well, how do you respond? Because every company is going to be different. Based on whatever product or service it is that you market, the answer is always going to be different. So if you go to somebody specifically in your upline leadership, some expert, and ask them, well, when somebody asks you, well, what do you do for a living? What is it you do? How do you respond? See, I could easily give you different answers here and say, but every company is different based on the type of product and the type of service being marketed. But the end result has got to be getting that prospect or that person that you're piquing or the whatever you'd like to call them to respond with, wow, well, how can I get more information about that? Or, well, really, how do you do that? And so when you're responding, you want to get this down. You want to come up with, some people might call it a 60-second commercial or something like that, but you want to respond in such a way, don't be puking all over them for 10 minutes. That's not going to be helpful. And don't give I'm a network marketer. Well, what's that mean to me? So put yourself in the shoes of that other person, and, you got to look at both sides of it rather than just coming up with some response. And you don't want to you can do one of two things. You can respond in such a way that it's going to attract the person, or you're going to respond in a way that is going to repel the person. And you don't want to do the latter. So just remember, you're going to be responding with some sort of benefit-oriented statement. You're going to say something that would be of interest potentially to that person. Not everybody's going to be interested, but when you're out there in the marketplace, some people are going to respond to that statement. Some people aren't because maybe it's not the right time, they're not interested, whatever. But you can put the odds more in your favor by thinking this thing through before you actually do it. So again, get with your upline leaders in your company and find out, what are they saying. Chances are that big money earners are not going, we sell vitamins, I sell pills, we sell juice. I mean, while they're all great, and that may be what they do, that's generally probably not the response that they're going to give a prospect, because really, what does me selling juice have to do with the prospect or any benefit to the prospect? So think about that stuff, think deeply about that, work on that so that you can respond in such a way where the prospect is going to say, really, how do you do that? And again, get with your upline leadership. Chances are that they can get you and guide you in the direction of helping you put that statement together. This is Todd Falcone. We'll see you on another blog post, hopefully very soon. Bye-bye.